Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back working on the tag journal. I know we did these ones together, and we did this one together. I don't know if you guys saw the tag I made to go in there. I liked it because this grungy pink wallpaper paper that I have in my Etsy has a little bit of the rusty kind of brown color, and so that went well with the paint chip that I used. And one of you asked me, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on names right now, to do a digital with paint chips. I'm going to see what I can do. The biggest problem that I had when I put them in the winter digital that I did with the Winter Fashionista was that they all have these names, and I can't leave the names on them. So what I think I might do is just get rid of the names entirely, because I had to come up with new names, and I can't do that for a whole bunch of colors. Like, I'll just be like, I don't know, it's blue. So anyways, so I think I might just remove the colors. It's a whole copyright thing, you know. But I'm going to see what I can come up with. Also, something to think about is if you watch Carol Laws, she did a video where she used scrapbook paper, like different, even different prints of scrapbook paper, and just glued them onto white paper, so you get the white line. This one's all grungy, but anyway, the white line in between, leave that little space in between, and put like 3 pieces, because that's what these are. They're usually 3 for this style. And then you can make your own as well if you live somewhere where they don't have them. So that's an idea as well, but I'm going to work on that, but it might take me a little bit, so just so you know. Yeah, then I did this one with you guys. I did a little card. It's, I don't know where I got that. It's like a playing card, but it only had the hearts on it. It didn't have any numbers or anything. And then this is a piece of that Tim Holtz fabric. And to get that effect on it where it just looks all ratty on the edges, I just took the fabric. I don't have any fabric right here. I've got a little piece I can kind of show you. I took the fabric and I just used my scissors and I just kind of clip and pull like that. And then you get those weird jaggedy edges. And so I did it sort of like a fussy cut all the way around those. So anyway, if you're wondering, and then that's just book page and some lace that I inked and I gessoed. So that goes in behind the Viewmaster wheel there. And then I did this page while the Glowforge was going, so I didn't film that one, but I just put down my pink grungy wallpaper, a piece of dictionary page, another piece of book page. This is a Tim Holtz piece, and this is one of the Tim Holtz frames, and I just glued around the very edge so that I could tuck these little bits in there, and that's from my People of the Past. This is a Medieval Mirage tag. I just liked it because it had the rose. So let's just tuck in there like that. But you could also stick a picture in there or whatever. So now we're on to this page. And I've taken a piece of vintage ledger. And like I've said before, if you don't have ledger, if you go on Etsy and search up ledger digital, you can find all kinds of digitals that are ledgers. And then I glued it on top of some of that pink, grungy pink wallpaper digital of mine that's in my Etsy. And yeah, just to stabilize it, because that, if you know ledger paper, it's not usually very thick. So it's kind of like, you know, copy paper. So I'm going to put that there as a tuck. And I was also asked about what distress oxides or stains or whatever I use. I use Distress Oxide Walnut Stain and Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. And when the lovely subscriber asked me why it doesn't show on the camera, I'm not sure. Or why it looks light. And I don't know, because I feel like, I mean, sometimes I definitely ink very lightly just along the edge, but like, especially with this journal, I'm inking a lot, and you can see the walnut stain on there. So I'm not really sure. I feel like my ink pads are pretty inked because I just re-inked them, so they might not be super gushy. Like sometimes when you very first buy them, they're really gushy, but I use them every day, so I think they do dry out kind of fast. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not more help on that. I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to put this on, like I said, like a pocket. So we're going to glue the top, and we're going to glue down this straight side. So how are you guys? I hope you're good. Like I said yesterday, I think. I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I had a very nice one. Got to see my kids, so I'm happy. Theron's just working and going to school, and Aiden's just working and working. She actually just got another job at a restaurant, so she's not having trouble finding those kind of jobs. She just can't find anything in her field, which is graphic design, which is a bummer because I didn't think that would be a hard field to, you know, it's not like some fields that are hard. Like I have a degree in psychology, which unless you have like a master's or a PhD, it's just really hard to get a job in your field. So I get that, but I thought graphic design would be good. So this is the back of what I just glued on. So I'm going to actually just ink it a bunch so that where it shows, it'll be fine. And where I put the glue, it's even inkier. I've got all kinds of junk shoved in here because I've got sort of planned out what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's that. Why is this one so weird? Oh, it's the button. I hit that button. All right, so I have I have a tag kit, and I think this is called Tag Kit Volume 1, I believe. And it's just all tags, but they're all different. You know, like some are the pink, some are, there's blues, there's red, white, and blue, there's old grungy paper looking ones, and all the pages are different. So anyway, that's in my Etsy shop, but that's what I'm using here. So that's why I'm telling you. So I need to say hugs and blessings to Barbara, Joan, Dolly, and Teresa. Thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube channel, for making lovely, kind comments. I really appreciate people that are kind in their comments. That just makes my day. And you guys are fantastic about that. And welcome to new subscribers. And welcome back to those of you that have watched me for a long time or a short time. Okay, what did I do with that? I think I want her on there, but that is like too big. So I think I might just tear it. See how that is? Because you're not going to see the doily at all. And it's not like I have to use the doily. I think I might use something else. But yeah, we're kind of sort of back to a normal schedule-ish. I don't think I'm going to have a normal schedule anymore, honestly. Now that my hubby retired. He's always got projects he wants to do. Which is fine. There was stuff that really needed done around here because it's been a while. I just want something else on here. I just don't know what. So maybe a little script would be good. Yeah, the doily's just not working for me. It's just not working. What else could I put there? Another thing was, same subscriber was asking how I know where to place things or whatever. And I don't really have, like, I know some people do have what they would call a formula. I don't really do anything like that. It's more of just like, do I like the way that looks? Or sometimes it's almost like a feeling, like I just feel that it will work. I don't know how to describe it, and I feel bad because I feel like I'm not being helpful, and I'm not intentionally not being helpful. I just I've been making stuff and creating and doing things pretty much my entire life, crafting or paper, working with paper or whatever. So I don't know, some of it's just almost like a muscle memory or something. But I do this too. I just sit and I kind of fiddle around and I'm like, I like that. I don't like that. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it's also not overthinking. And I've said that about collage too. When you do collage, just sit and do collage without, like, watch a favorite movie or something. And I think that helps a lot, because then you're kind of watching the movie, but you can still, you know, at least pay attention to what you're doing. But you're not hyper analyzing every piece of paper you're trying to put down. Because we're, of course, always our own worst critics, enemies, whatever you want to call it. And we think, oh, that doesn't look good, or, oh, I can't do it, or all those awful things that we do to ourselves, which I do it, definitely. So, yeah, I think some of it just is muscle memory, and some of it's like training your brain. You just got to get your brain used to doing this sort of thing and not really thinking about it. But yeah, I don't like I know some people really do well with like a formula, like I put this down and then I do that, and I don't really have that. So, I mean, for the people that can like develop that, that's great. It's just never worked for me. And I like to say, which kind of sounds crazy, but sometimes the pieces talk to me. I don't know how else to say it, but I just, for whatever reason, know that it needs to go there. But then there's other times where I'm insistent on, I want to use whatever particular piece, and I really try to force it, and a lot of times that doesn't work. You gotta, like, I don't know. It just like doesn't work sometimes. So sometimes it does. Sometimes you can get it to work, but it's all just kind of playing around and figuring out what you like. I don't know. I know that's not helpful. I'm going to put a piece of this here because that is a kind, you know, the side tuck. So I want it to go in the side. I'm going to have to run a stitch over it because this is super fine and it's not going to stay on there unless I do that. But for now, I'm just going to put a little glue stick to tack it down. It'll work fine. My husband's in the garage right below me, so if you hear him, that's what it is. Okay, so that will get tucked in there. It'll get stitched around, and then she'll get tucked in there. I like that. I'll probably put something on the back of this because I realized I got it all inky dots on it. But for now, we're just going to set her there. It looks like I got something on her nose, too. Seriously. Okay. That's that one. And then I was going to make a tag to go in this back pocket that we did for the Somerset Studio. And then I'll do that page, but let's do this tag first because I got most of the tag done. It's just book page. There's a piece of ledger here on the back. There's a pink of the page. a piece of the pink wallpaper page and some dictionary page over there. And then I have this. I think Nan gave me this. Thank you, Nan. Finally. You're probably like, I gave you those? Yes, I heard things. There's got to be the perfect spot. Right? But I'm going to put her on there. I'm wondering if I should put a little, like, kind of book page under her, just so, because I want to see her. Maybe like that piece. Because I don't want a ton of words through her face. I don't think that's a great look. It's not even necessarily about wanting the book page. It's just that on the pink, it's hard to sort of see her. Okay, I think I'll do that. These are washi stickers, but if I can't get the back off here, we're gonna be sad. Hey. Yeah, I've been gluing paper together for most of my life. I'm almost 53, so I don't know. I wish I could be more helpful on that. It's just a thing I do. It's definitely always been my main medium. I mean, I've painted, I've done all sorts of things, but paper is really my favorite. I have these, but that one's too big. These are from Artie Mays. I kind of need like a up and down one. Let me put this on. Oh, that's butterflies. That was the bag of those. Let's see if I can find kind of an up and down one that will fit. They pretty much are all side to side because they're like tags and tickets and things. So what are you guys up to? Anything fun? It's nice today. The wind kind of has stopped. I shouldn't say anything because I'll start whipping out there again, but so I went for a walk this morning because it was lovely. Chilly, but that's fine. when the wind is whipping and biting at your ears and everything, that is not fantastic at all. I think that's too almost purpley pink. That one might work. It says movie snaps, which is kind of cool because she could be in movies. Who knows, right? I think I'll do that one. It's a good color too. Yeah, so you can see there's just a lot of trial and error. Like I try different things. And if they don't work, then try something else. I'm going to actually tear the bottom off this to make it a little shorter so it fits a little better. And basically that's all. Yeah, my sister always says, because my mom and my dad are both passed now, but anyway, she always says as soon as I could hold a crayon, I was, you know, coloring, drawing, whatever with paper. And I used to make my own kind of little paper dolls, and yeah, it's just always kind of been my thing. Squish that in a little. And I think I'll use a little gesso on that. I'm really out of this gesso. Just a little more. It's kind of good because then I don't get way too much, but at the same time, I can't get it out of the container either. I don't know what I did with the card, so I'm going to use my little spatula. I can also get in here with that. Just need a little bit. And then I'll wait, like I have in the past, for it to dry and maybe add a little more ink to it. If it'll pick up some of the ink that's already on here, but kind of leave it at that. I'll go in there. I didn't add any. I want a little paint on these too, so that they go along with the rest of the journal. Oh, that I wanted to add that other thing on here too. This number 7 right here was meant for right down there. This is one of my this and that labels in my Etsy shop. Because they got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Probably need to get this out of here and let it dry separate. There's like a little bit, you know, just adds, it kind of reminds me of like plaster. Little plastered walls and stuff. I don't know that it looks like that, but that's what it makes me think of. Okay. Oh, I don't really want it on her face. Oh, darn. Oh, well. Guess that's part of it, right? I like all the stuff hanging over and all that. This has been really fun for me. I love doing stuff like this. I have to get out my other gesso. I forget to use these frames. I've had them for a long time, those Tim Holtz frames. I don't know why I cannot remember that I have them. Because I do like putting stuff like that. Not just for a photo, but as a tuck, or they can be neat little writing spots. Like you could write inside of there, and I like that look. Okay, so that's going to have to sit and dry. This is going to have to sit and dry. What else can we do? We can kind of figure out maybe what we want to put on that other page. That would be something we can do. So I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. I'll kind of push these over here for a minute. And we can look at some of the other pieces we have. I don't know if I have a whole lot other paper. Oh yeah, I do have some of the grungy pink wallpaper. Use a piece of that. I need to pull this stuff out so I can use it. And I could put one of my houses. It's from my abandoned kit. I think that was abandoned. Or no, maybe that was Places of the Past. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Got all those bits from Tim Holtz. I'm liking the idea of the, oh, this is really cool too though. That's a Tim Holtz piece. Ah, Pasha. Poor guy, his nose. Now that all the stuff's in the air, he's a mess again. Well, I mean, he's always kind of a mess, but... giving him medicine, but it just doesn't work. I don't know what the answer is. I might put, I don't think I'll do the white. One of these. I might use this just because you could still write on it that way. So let me get the edge of this torn. We'll see what we come up with here. I need a general size. One thing, when you just put a little spread of that gesso on, luckily it dries pretty fast. Thank goodness. Do I like the top or the bottom? I think I like the top. Do a little more exaggerated here. And then wherever it's showing, I'll use, you know, something else like I have been, the dictionary page, whatever under there. It looks cool. And then I'm wondering if I want to use this or the other. The problem with this is I'm going to have to tear off. I kind of like the house. Tear it off so it'll fit. That'll work. So let's do something with that. No, I don't think I want that. Could use this and let it hang over a little bit. And put something up there. Some of this old looking script. These are, again, scrapbook papers I got on Amazon. So even if you don't have old stuff, you can make new stuff look pretty grungy and old. I mean, that's essentially what most of this is. I mean, there's some like vintage ledger and stuff, but other than that, it's pretty much newish stuff. There's the ledger, there's a little bit of music page that's older. Other than that, it's pretty much all new. Oh, that's like a vintage fabric back there. But I'm going to hang that off at the top. I guess I'm not really going to have a lot of writing space on this page, but that's okay. Maybe we can turn that house into kind of a tuck pocket or something. Did I put my, oh my goodness, I had a paper towel. And then we could put some kind of number bit. And these, I'm sorry, these are like something you just got to kind of find at a thrift store or a antique store or wherever. They are kind of hard to find. I do love them. I wish they were easier to find. I did put a piece of one in my Faye digital download. The regular Faye kit, not the dark Faye. But it's kind of just a skosh blurry because I scanned it. And so I don't have like a really fancy scanner that is super good. So those old pages just don't come out crisp and clear, unfortunately, but it's not bad. So it works if you can't find anything else. And I am going to put that other ledger on the top, but needed a little bit of, oh, I had it this way, didn't I? I'm like, I thought I ripped that corner. I did have it this way. How did I do that? I thought I tore that. I guess that was the other page. This rolling motion, or circular sort of motion, it kind of rolls the edges of the paper, so that can kind of give you a neat effect. And of course got glue all over the place. These weird goop erasers will take off the glue when it's still wet if you can get it before it dries. But it can sometimes take off a little paper too. Oh, that's a bummer. I missed that spot. Well, hopefully that other piece will cover that. I just gotta miss somewhere when I'm gluing too. Yeah, that'll work. I'm having too much fun with these little grungy journals because I want to do another one. I actually saw something really cool on Bohemian Crafting, if you guys watch her. Eva, I believe. She did kind of like an altered book, but she tore the pages out so there was just like that much of the page left, and then she glued other papers and cool things to it. That was slick. I might have to try that because I do get tired of the regular altered books. I run out of gumption before I get all the pages done. It's the whole cutting them to size or ripping them to size or whatever, and putting them all in. That drives me batty for some reason. I have the patience of a gnat, so, you know, it's just... I need to be doing different kinds of things before I get bored. Roll that a little bit. I'm going to crunch that. Okay. And then our house. Where do we want it? Probably about there. I might go ahead and just let it hang over the edge too. So I'm going to ink the back real good. It's not going to hang over that much, but I just want to make sure wherever it is hanging over, it's inked. sun's coming in. Oh, it's so nice. Warms up my craft room so nice compared to when it's cold. Although it has helped having the new garage doors that we got, because they're a little more insulated. And I've noticed up here it's a lot better than it was before. Want anything else? I like that, like that. That's another thing when I'm creating. You know, I put something on and I see something and it's like, ooh, I like that. You know, I want to enhance that or whatever. I guess it's just really about playing around with your stuff and trying to not overthink it and just have fun with it. And I think that brings out more of that creativity than when you're like, oh, I can't do it, or I have to do it this way. You don't, that's the awesome part, especially about junk journaling. You don't have to do it any particular way. You can just do what you want to do. Just have fun, just art journaling, all that. It's just a freeing sort of, it's not like it was when we were doing scrapbooks and they had to be like, you know, you had to put mats and everything had to be concentric sizes and all of those kind of things that are much more fiddly or whatever. Just do what you want to do. Want to put a bunch of crumpled up paper? Do it. Like, doesn't matter. Just do what makes you happy. Whatever strikes you at the moment. I got a lot of glue again. I'm sure we're all surprised. Great Central Fair. New Jersey. It's a miner's ticket. I don't really want those loose just because they're right there in that fold and I want to make sure they don't. These I don't mind. I think they're good just to be sort of floating around, flopping around. Okay, so we have, oopsie, dropped my little spreader thing. Have our little ones here, and they've already got quite a bit of color, or picked up the ink is what I'm trying to say. That go in there. They're dry. And I can also take this and go on here a little more. Definitely looks like plaster when you put a little more ink on it. So you can write there. This one needs ink. That'll eventually get stitched around. Let's do. One thing when you put tabs and things, just always think about where it's going. So it's going to affect like how thick you might want to use in a certain spot. Where did I put the one that was, oh, it's right here. Right in front of my nose. I like that one. It's pretty. That'll get stitched around too. And that'll go back behind our fun notions. I thought I measured it to make sure it would fit there. Is it sticking somewhere? Because that feels high. You know what I can do is round those bottom corners. Sometimes that stops a tag from going into pocket, right? Oh, see, that's another reason I stitch around stuff, because if you use book page, old glue pages, they can come apart like this. It's very normal. And stitching around it helps with that. But let's see, does this fit better? Oh, I thought it went in there further. I mean, not that it matters, it can stick up a little bit, but yeah, that's fine. It's not sticking up out of the journal. So now we're down to this side, which I'm very happy to decorate because I'm having a blast. I could just do this kind of thing forever. No binding. None of that. All right, guys. Well, that's what I have for today. So I will let you go. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.